What's up YouTube? Jeff back again from dopetechdaily.com. Today I'm bringing you guys a short video to talk about something pretty awesome that I read online a couple days ago from XDA developers. Two of my favorite phones have been my Galaxy S8 devices, currently the Galaxy S8 Active, and I do have a 48-hour impressions coming on this, so stay tuned. And my Pixel device for the last year, this is the Pixel XL. So one thing I've always liked about the Pixel XL is that it has the Google camera with the HDR Plus algorithm in there for processing the photos. You get some great shots with shadows. I really wish I could have that on my S8, but until now, that hasn't been possible. Well, thanks to a developer and the story by XDA developers that brought it to light, the Google camera with HDR Plus has been ported to Snapdragon 820 and 821 and 835 devices. Now what this means is if you have a recent Android phone that has one of these Snapdragon processors on it, as long as it has the Hexagon 680 ISP installed on that processor, then you're going to be able to go ahead and take advantage of this port. So those are the technical details of what you need. I'll drop a link below to Android File Host where you can actually download the APK that's going to get you the Google HDR Plus app on your phone. Then you can do some comparisons. The guy at XDA tested it with the G6, the OnePlus 3, the 3T, the OnePlus 5, and the S8. Now I've also been testing it myself with the Galaxy S8 Active, my Galaxy S8 Plus from T-Mobile. One thing to make note of, you cannot use it on the Note FE because this does not have a Snapdragon processor. You also will not be able to use it if you have an international model of the Galaxy S8. I did confirm it does not work on any of those devices as is expected. But you can use it on all of the S8s that have the Snapdragon 835, no problem. Now what I want to do in this video is give you guys a couple of quick overview of how I've compared the two cameras, the Samsung camera versus the Google HDR Plus camera, talk about a couple of the photos and show you some of the differences and see if it might be a benefit to have this camera on your phone. So let me go ahead and roll some of the shots I'm going to show you guys here, and then I'll come back and talk about a couple of them comparing the Google camera with HDR Plus and the Samsung camera that comes installed on the phone. So we're back. Hope you guys got to take a look at those shots and see the differences between the Google HDR Plus camera on the S8 Active and the Samsung camera. So a couple of things you saw. This shot here with the flower, this is actually the shot that was taken with the Google HDR Plus camera. This was of a windy flower, so it was sort of swaying back and forth. I could not get a clean shot actually with the Google HDR Plus camera. You can see it's blurry when you zoom in. But with the Samsung camera, the noise reduction appears to be quite a bit better and you're able to get much clearer shot. It's also a bit brighter there in that particular case. So you can see that there are places where you might want to have the Samsung camera over the Google Pixel HDR Plus camera installed on your S8. Here's another example right here. You can see this shot right here, the clouds in the background, the sky, you can see a little more detail. And on this shot, you see a little bit less. It's completely sort of just one color. This is the Samsung camera, but it's also quite a bit brighter in the foreground. And if you zoom in on the car, on the rims, you can see the Audi logo really nicely there. If you look at this one, it's a little darker in the foreground because it captures the detail in the background. This is the Google HDR Plus camera. If you zoom in, you can see the Audi logo right there on the rims, but it's not quite as detailed as the Samsung camera. So there's two cases where the Samsung camera does a little better in my opinion. Here's one where the Google Plus HDR Plus camera really shines. You can see this shot right here. This one was taken with the Google HDR Plus camera. You can see it's quite a bit brighter here in the foreground. You got these shadows here, so it's pulling that light out. If you zoom in, you can still see fantastic detail, both in the foreground and the background where the shadows are. On the Samsung one, it's not really bad, but the color's not quite as good, and also it's not quite as bright in the foreground, and it doesn't capture the shadows as well. So you don't get that detail and that contrast of the shadow versus the bright. It kind of tries to over brighten and over sharpen the entire scene. This one I took indoors of my new Samsung Frame TV. Some of you guys saw this over on Twitter. I'm still waiting to get those wires hidden. My wife is arriving next week. We're going to talk about how exactly we want to do it. I know a lot of people have thrown out good suggestions for that, and I appreciate it. It's really annoying me, so we're going to get that done soon. This photo here was taken with the Galaxy S8 camera, the regular Samsung camera. This one here taken with the Pixel camera, the Google HDR Plus. You can see a little bit brighter there in the background where you have that shadows. I took this in a room where the lights are mostly off, just the TV. And then finally, those little extra shots of the TV. Here's the one with the wallet. You can see this one here was taken with the Samsung camera. This one with the Google HDR Plus. You do have a little bit more brightness. This was taken in a room where I had the blinds drawn. You can see a little bit of the light shining through in the blinds, but mostly a relatively shadow lit room. So a couple of interesting things here. You can see that there are spots where the Samsung camera exceeds, namely the noise reduction is apparently a little bit better with the stock camera. That could just be an integration of the hardware and software. On the Pixel camera itself, on the Pixel XL, I did notice that sometimes the noise reduction is a little better, except in the case of the Flower. We do see the Samsung camera come out on top there. All right, so if you guys want to play around with this, I'll drop a link below for you. You can get the Google HDR Plus camera on your phone. You can see there it is running right there, just as it would run on the Pixel. You can see the cameras side by side. You get exactly the same features, the same UI. If you guys want to check that out, I'll drop the link below. Find me at dopetechdaily.com. Google+, Instagram, and Twitter, the links in the description. Please like and subscribe if you guys enjoy my content so I can make future videos like this. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.